I made this one lifestyle shift that radically changed the stiffness I used to have in my hips, knees, and ankles. And it was when every day I committed intentionally around 10 years ago from sitting on my couch to the floor. Now, initially it was a little uncomfortable because obviously the floor is a lot harder than a cushy couch. And especially if we have been sitting in chairs, which most of us do all day, it just feels really nice to sit on something super comfortable when you get home at night. But over time, as your body adapts to being able to move and transition through different floor positions as you sit on the ground, and your body gets feedback from the floor when it's time to move, then it starts to get more comfortable and you don't even think about it. The problem with the couch is because it is so comfortable, we don't even tune in or feel what's going on in our body. If something gets tight or stiff, we're totally numbed out and probably watching TV, and we could sit there for hours on end. But when we sit on the floor, we're constantly getting signals from our body, okay, it's time to move. And that's the beauty of it. Right now, I am getting mobility work happening without even thinking about it through my hips, my knees, my back is working as well. It's going to be more flexible because I'm sitting on the floor. And it's the most easiest thing you can do. You can multitask, you can watch TV. I could scroll on my phone, check my emails, hang out with my kids, do whatever I need while I'm getting this amazing recovery work, this mobility work that is going to serve me now in my body because my joints are going to feel more limber, I'm going to feel more flexible, but it's also going to serve me in 10, 20, 30 years time. The thing is, in ancient cultures, we used to have way more movement variability before there were chairs. So people used to sit in all different positions when they would sit on the floor. And they would do that no matter what their age. And so when someone got to 100, they were still able to easily spend time on the floor, make it useful, and get up and down anytime. Now, if you want that for you too, this is my challenge for you, is to spend 10 minutes a day sitting on the floor. So you could do this at the end of the day, put a little timer on your phone, and then just get something. If you need to put something on the floor like a rug or a cushion, if it's really uncomfortable to start with, you can even grab a little floor cushion and elevate your hips a little bit, and that will make it a little easier. And if you do this every day for 30 days, I'm telling you, you will feel so much better in your body. I'm going to share my top positions that you can sit in and transition through that will specifically help the mobility and the health of your joints in your hips, knees, and ankles. So a really common one that you used to see in Japanese culture especially, it's called the Caesar. It's also called just a kneel. And it's just sitting onto your heels. So you can see in this position, I've got plantar flexion of my ankles, extreme knee flexion, which is great. And I can sit kind of comfortably here. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, you can certainly lean forward out of it into your hands to start with, and then slowly start to move yourself back until you can be upright. You can also move in these positions. So I like to, when I'm here, is play around with getting my hips to one side and get this nice side bend happening. And then you can do that to the other side. You can also go for a twist. And these little explorations that I'm going to show you in today's video, you can do in pretty much any position. You also can do a toes tucked position here. This is extremely beneficial for your feet. Because of shoes, we hardly ever get this opportunity to stretch our toes. So you tuck your toes, spread them out, and then start to bring your weight back. If you have the hands here, that's cool. You might want to work yourself up till you become upright. And just breathe. This is a fantastic stretch for your feet, and it's going to keep them super healthy and limber. Okay, we can't forget the good old squat. Spending just a couple of minutes every day in our deep squat is super helpful. So bringing your hips down, even if you find that in your deep squat, your heels don't quite touch, that's okay. You can just explore here. You will find over time, even if you're in a deep squat but your heels aren't touching, you will start to get length in your posterior chain and it will start to become more comfortable. So just breathing, you can scroll on your phone, do whatever you need to do. You might want to move around. So if I'm in my deep squat, sometimes I like to tap one knee and tap the other as you're doing what you need to do, and just moving from side to side is a really helpful drill to just work on a little bit of flexibility. You're also getting that nice lengthen through the quads as you hang out in this position. The Z-sit is an awesome one because, especially for our hips, we're getting external rotation of one hip, internal rotation of the other. And we can just sit here until it feels pretty comfortable. And again, you can do your twists in the Z-sit. You can do a side bend. I sometimes like also to do just like reaches across. And if you want to get that little bit of glute work, you can even come up and do like a Z-sit squat. So we're actually working our glutes in these positions. And then you just switch to the other side. So if you're doing it with me now, come and switch and compare. This is the awesome thing, is like at the end of the day, if you sit on the floor, it's like this beautiful little check-in on your body and being like, I didn't even know that this hip was starting to get stiff, and you can actually do something about it before it becomes a full-blown injury. So again, you can do whatever you like. You can go for a twist, side bend, just breathe, do what you've got to do in this position. Okay, you can lengthen out one leg here. So this is great for a little bit of hamstring work, keeping the other leg in. Again, you can just go for a gentle hamstring stretch. With this knee here, you can bring it upwards and give it a little hug for some hip compression. You can drop in internal rotation and external rotation of that hip, moving it into runner's stretch here, if that feels good. And this is really uncomfortable for a lot of people. So if you're sitting here watching this video on your chair, I really encourage you to come down and try this position and see what it feels like for your body. And then again, you can just switch other side. So I might lengthen out this position here, hang out for a few breaths. So you don't have to spend long. The key is that we do this every day and our joints start to loosen up because we're consistently exploring these positions. And that's the thing, when we do something really often, but in small doses, our body adapts really quick. And I think we can get really caught up in that we have to exercise for dedicated moments of, in our week, but then forget about our daily movement and ignore our body in those in-between things. So really important, a few minutes a day goes a long way. This last position I want to share with you, and I encourage you to try, is one of my favorite positions because it gets into so many areas, and it's called the fisherman. So we are 90 degrees in our hips. So this leg is out to the side, this leg is forward. At the moment, I'm in a low fisherman. I'm sitting onto my heel, getting this ankle work here, and I'm getting a really nice inner thigh stretch. So I can hang out and I can move around from side to side in my fisherman. I can come to a high fisherman and get that awesome toe stretch by tucking the toe and coming up. So if I'm in this position, I'm just going to shift so I can show you from side to side. So if I'm here, I can shift from side to the other side of my fisherman by bringing my hands down and just switching. So now I'm in my fisherman on the other side, 90 degrees. I'm getting an inner thigh opening here, and then switch. And this is the exercise. The exercise is exploring the move. So just going side to side here. Now, the thing is with getting on the ground and spending time on the floor, the added benefit is we have to get off the ground. If I'm sitting on a couch and I'm just hanging out here, the maximum amount of range of motion and strength I can get is from this 90 degrees position to get up. And we find even then, a lot of people will use their hands, press themselves up, and not even use their leg strength. But if you've got to get on the floor, I have to get strength in my full range of motion. And if you've been following the A-Life for a while, you know this is one thing that is a high value for us, is building strength in your full range of motion. So you can practice going from full squat to standing and coming back down. You can also do this with your fisherman. So I was in my fisherman before, 90 degrees, and I can press and come up and then come back down, switch sides, come up here and come down. Now there are many ways to get up and down off the ground, and I feel like that's a whole video, but I want to show you just a couple of really great variations that will make your life easier when it comes to getting up and down off the ground. So when we're on the ground, often it's easy to get onto all fours, and this is awesome to get onto all fours because we're suddenly now weight bearing on your wrists, which as humans, modern day humans, this is something that we miss a lot. So if you're just on all fours here, I can tuck my toes, shift my hips back, and I'm in a squat and I can press up. I can do the same thing as I come down, hands forward, find the ground, onto all fours, lower down, and then I'm in my seat. So you can practice this as a drill on its own if you like, is shifting forward, tuck your toes, shift the hips back, come up, and coming on the way down exactly the same. Walking out to all fours and lowering down. Really easy way to get on the ground. Not easy for everyone, so you might need to practice it. Another way is to sit on your bottom and cross one foot in front of the other, and there's going to be a little lean happening as we shift forward. So you can just practice this cross and lean to start with. Cross and lean. So it's a little roll on your bottom and then a lean forward. Roll on your bottom. Now the next part of this, and you can absolutely use your hands, is to shift up to a high kneel. So there's a shift to a high kneel. From here, I'm going to reach forward to get my gravity, center of gravity even as my hips go back. Find the ground, come up. Maybe I use my hands here. Shift forward, hips back, sit on the ground gently. That is the key. Now you can just practice getting to the high kneel, or from here you can do it with no hands. Reach, there is like a little, like you're serving a plate, forward. Now from here, you can tuck that back toe and then stand yourself up. Come back down, hips go back, sit onto the ground, shift to the other side. Again, shift forward. If you need to use something for a little bit of support, you're not cheating. So you get that permission from me. You can use the couch for support to start with, to help until it becomes easier. So that is just a couple of ways to get up and down off the ground so that you can explore more positions on the floor, get that juicy mobility that our bodies are desperately needing in our modern day life. I challenge you to spend 10 minutes a day, every day for the next 30 days on the ground. If you are keen to commit to this challenge, comment below. You can do it at the end of the day when you're watching TV or scrolling on your phone or scrolling YouTube. You can do it when you're spending one meal a day on the ground. That's a nice challenge, or just make it work for you. So if you do, comment below. We love hearing from you. We love hearing how you have been inspired to make movement more part of your day. So I hope this encourages you to take up the challenge and spend 10 minutes a day on the ground for the next month. Remember, you can do this at the end of the day, slide off that couch and get on the floor, exploring those different positions that I covered in today's video. If you are ready to take the challenge, then please comment below. We love hearing from you. And remember to like and subscribe to our video, and thanks for watching.